Hello friends, in this tutorial we will be building a complete PHP application from scratch. So the name of the application is file upload and download. So in this demo you can see that I have an interface from which I can just upload any kind of file, and here in this table I will be seeing the information about the file, which is file name, ID, size of the file, and number of downloads and action. So if I just upload any kind of file here, let's suppose if I upload a PNG file and click the upload button, so you will see that the file uploaded successfully. If I refresh the page, I will be fetching this full path of the image and storing the size in kilobytes, and number of downloads is 0 because I haven't downloaded the file here. So there is the action here which is download file. So if I click the link here, this file will be downloaded and I can just see the image here. So you can see that. And also I'm just storing these things in a database. So if I refresh the database, you will see that one entry will be added here. This is the ID 4 and this is the name of the file, the full path, the size, and number of downloads is incremented to 1 here. So if I just again download this, you will see that if I refresh the page, number of downloads is incremented to 2, and here also in the database it has incremented to 2 here. So this is a application, short little application. And also I am just storing these photos in the uploads directory in my active directory. So I have created this directory uploads. I am just storing this on the server and just storing the path in the database. So you can see that. So this is a short little application. You can just add as many images as you want here. Let me add this image. So if you refresh the page, 2 entries will be there. You can see that. So this is a you can then download the image and see it. So let's start building this project from scratch, guys. So for this you have to create in your working directory. Let me just delete all the files here and start from scratch. So this is my editor here, brackets. So in your active directory, first of all create a new file and name it as index.php, and we will also need a new file which will be in order to store the style sheet, so style.css. So in the index.php we will be writing a simple doc type HTML, and then inside this we will be having our head tag. Give it a title that is PHP file upload and download application. After that, in the body we will be having a div which will be having a class of container. So inside this div class we will be having our another class which will be having a class of row. So inside this row class we will be having our form. First of all, the action will go to index.php and the method we will be using post. So inside this we will be having our input field. So but before that, just add a attribute what is encoding type. So basically if you upload images and videos, you have to add this property which is multi-part form data. So just add this. So inside this we will be having our input type is equal to file, and name I will give, that is my file. So this name attribute will be necessary in order to process it in the PHP. And just before that input field, give it a h3 tag here which will be upload files. That's it. So just close this input field, and after this we will be having a break tag, and then we will be having a simple button which will be button type of submit, and I will give a name attribute to it of save, and I will close the button and give the label to it as upload. Now if I just save this and refresh the application, you will see that it has got the upload files, choose file, and upload button. I just need to style it, so just go to style.css. So I just deleted it, so just create it once again, style.css. So inside this, first of all we just need to include it. So right here after the head, include it, or just after the title. style sheet. So here you just give a href attribute of style.css, and now you just need to include it. So here first of all you need to have the form tag, give a width to 30%, and margin, let me just give it as 100 pixel auto, padding to 30 pixel, and border just give it 1 pixel solid, and this color 555 hexadecimal. So now if you refresh it, you will see that the form is centered and also it has got a border. And now we will be styling the input field. So right here input, so give it the width of 100% and give it a border of 1 pixel solid, this hexadecimal color F1 even, and change the display property to block and give some space with padding 5 pixel 10 pixel. So now if you refresh it, you will see that the input field is got some space here and it has got some border. So sorry, this change this padding to just add a G here, so that is why it was. So if you refresh it, you will see that it has got some space. And lastly, we will be styling the button. So remove the first of all the border to none and just add padding to 10 pixel and just give a border radius of 10 pixel. So this will make the corners round. So now control save, and if you refresh it, you will see that the button is rounded here. So now we have styled this application, and the thing is remaining is to process this form. So now basically guys, before processing the form, we will be creating the actual database that will be required for this application. So just head over to localhost /phpMyAdmin, which comes with examp here. So this is a database admin here, phpMyAdmin. Just go to it and create a new database here, new database. And let me just give it the database name as file upload. You can name it anything you want. Just create the database and create a table inside it, which is files. It will have 4 columns, and click on go here. So first will be ID here. So this will be the primary key of the table. It will be auto increment. So just click this box and make it the primary key. And the second attribute will be the name of the file. It will be varchar, and the length will be 255 characters. And the next will be size, and it will be a int. So just select an int here. And next will be downloads, number of downloads of that file. So just have this field, and it will also be holding an integer value, so it will be type also int. After creating this, click on save here. So you have successfully created your table here, which of files. You can see that this is the structure ID. It is auto increment here, name of the file, size of the file, and number of downloads of the file. So this is the table for our processing form. So now basically guys, we will be processing the form here, upload form. So just before it, create a new directory inside your working directory, which is, let me just go to my working directory, which is located in htdocs here. So name of the directory is file. So inside this, just create a new folder here of uploads, where we will be storing our uploaded files. So just create this folder before you process your form here. So this is my upload folder, which you can see that inside it we will be storing our files. So now we will be creating a new file which will be holding the processing for us. So just include this file here, right here at the top here. I will be declaring the PHP tags. So inside this I will just write here include, and I will be including this file. Let me just give the name files logic. So just name this file as filelogic.php and close the PHP tag here. That's it. And right here put a semicolon. And now I will create this file. So control N. So I will create this file, that is fileslogic.php. not pp, it is php extension, so php. So now here in this file we just need to process this form. So when the button is clicked here, we have given a name attribute to it of save. So now we will just check that if the button has been clicked, and then we just need to process the form. So I will just be declaring the PHP blocks here. So the first thing that we need to do is to make the connection to the database. So declare a new connection variable, and here we will be using the MySQL connect method. So inside this, first of all, we will provide the host, which is localhost. The second argument will be the username, which is root, and the third argument is the password, which is empty, and last will be the database name. So in this case I have given file upload as my database name. So this is a connection variable here, and now we will be checking that if the button has been clicked. So we will be using a simple name attribute which we have given to the button, which is save. So if it is clicked, we can just print out a message, let's suppose on the screen, button is clicked. If you just save this file, and also let me just save the index.php and go back to the application here and click the upload button, you will see that button is clicked. So now we know that it is working now. We have successfully linked our file here. So now we just need to insert the entries into the database. So first of all, we will be grabbing the file name. So for grabbing the file name, it is very easy. Just create a variable here of file name. So here I will be using the files array, which is there inside PHP. So whenever you are working with files, this is a files array, global array, which is available for us. So this holds the name attribute that we have given to the input tag here in the index.php. So we have given this name attribute to it. You can see that my file. So this is I am using here, and there is a property which is there inside it which holds the name of the file which is to be uploaded. So this is the original path, and now we just need to specify the destination path where we just need to upload the file. So for that we will be concatenating it to the uploads folder, uploads slash, and then I will be using the dot symbol and concatenate this file name. That's it. So this is the destination path, and now we just need to make some validation checks here. So I will get the extension of the file here by using with this method. Just declare a variable of extension, and I will be using the path info function, and here I will pass the full path which is stored inside file name, comma, path info extension. So this is a PHP built-in method which gets you the extension. So if the user has uploaded PNG image, it will be storing the .png inside it. And now after that, we just need to get some more values here, the actual file. So $files. So inside this I will pass once again my file, and this time we will fetch the temporary path of the uploaded file. So whenever any kind of file is uploaded, it gets uploaded to the temporary path. So from that temporary path we will be uploading that image to the actual folder, and then we will be grabbing the size of the file. So $files, my file, and there is a size property also which holds the size of the uploaded file. So these entries we will be storing it in the database. So now we will be having a simple if condition here to check that to have some validation of how many files that a user can upload. So we will be having pass this extension, comma, and then we will be having an array here. So inside it we will be holding a zip file, comma, a PDF file, comma, a PNG file. So these three files the user can upload. So we are checking in this method that this is the array, and if the user has supplied a different extension, then we don't want to upload that image. So if the user extension is different from these three extensions, we can just print out an error message that your file extension must be .zip .pdf or .png. That's it. And now in the else if block, if the user extension is same, in the else if block we just need to check for the size also. So size property, so $files, we will be getting the size by this size. So if the size of the file is greater than this value, which is 10, I think that it is 6 zeros, so 3 4 5 6 zeros, then we just need to print out a message to the user that file is too large. So that's it. So now in the else block, so if all the validations are correct, in the else block we will be uploading the image for the user. So for uploading the image, it is very easy. There is a built-in method in PHP which is move uploaded file. So inside this, first of all, it takes the actual file to be uploaded, which is $file. So it is holding this temporary path here. So this is holding the temporary path, and now we will be specifying the destination. So destination is that we have stored it inside this destination. Let me just show you. Upload slash followed by the full path of the file. So we just need to move it, and after moving it we just need to execute a query which will insert all these details into the database. So which will be insert into the table name is files, and here we will be specifying the column name, which is first of all name, size and downloads. So we have given these three values in the database. Let me just show you. Name, size and downloads. ID is auto incremented, that is why we are not having the ID value. And then we will be simply be having the values which we need to insert. So inside values we can just pass our variables, which is $file name, and for the name, and for the size we have $size, and for the number of downloads we can just provide a default value which is 0 in this case. So it will be auto incremented when you download the file. We will come back to later on. So just provide a default value of 0 here and put a semicolon. And now after this we will check if the query executed successfully or not. So here in this if block we will check here MySQL query, and now we will be executing the query. Provide the connection object. First variable is con variable. We have declared this, so $n is there, so just make sure $n is there. And the second argument will be the actual query that you want to execute, that is SQL. And now if it is successful, then we can just print out a message that is file uploaded successfully. That's it. And now if any kind of error take place, we can just print out in else block, that is failed to upload the file. So there have been some kind of error in executing this query. So control save, and now if I go back to the application, it should upload our files. If I choose any kind of file here, let's suppose I choose a different file. Let me choose a video here and click on upload. So you will see that, guys, it has popped a message that your file extension must be a zip, PDF or PNG. Our validation is working now. And now if I just upload a PNG file, let me just see, go to the downloads folder, PNG, and click the upload button. We will see that, guys, file uploaded successfully. And if I just refresh here, nothing will be printed out here. But if I just check the database entry here, if I click you will see that one entry has been successfully added. ID has given to it 1, and this is the full path name of the image. This is the size, and number of downloads is 0 for now. So now we are successfully inserting these values into the database and uploading our file. And now if I check the upload folder, you will see that this is a file that we have just uploaded here. You can see that. So now we are successfully uploading the images. Now we just want to download these ones also. So now basically guys, we will be displaying the images that we are storing in the database on our home page. So if I just refresh the home page, it will be displaying in the table like structure. So for that, first of all, go back to our database file here, files logic.php. So here, after connecting to the database, just write a simple query once again. Declare a SQL query which will be select star from the table name, which is files. That's it. So this is a simple query which is fetching all the details inside this files array, and for this we will be declaring a result variable to just execute this query, MySQL query method. It expects first of all the connection object, second is the actual query that you want to execute. And now we will be declaring a files array which will be holding all the files in it. So this will be simply be MySQL fetch all. This is a function which fetches all the entries inside the table, and we have to pass a first of all our result, and second argument is a constant which is MySQL fetch associative. MySQL associative. Let me just see what is yes, MySQL associative. Just add a I here. So basically it fetches all the entries in an associative array in the key value pairs. So just save this, control save, and now just move on to index.php. So right here after this, declare a div which has a class of again row. So inside this we will be populating our files here in the form of table. So to create a table tag, so inside this we will be having our table heading. So this will be table head tag. So just declare it. So inside this we will be writing our table headings th. So inside this first entry will be id. Let me just copy it. Second will be name, size, and number of downloads. So let me just change this to name of the file, or let's suppose file name, and this third one will be size, in brackets just write here in MB. So we will divide by 1000, and then we will be having downloads, number of downloads of the file, and lastly, in order to download the file we will be having an action attribute. That's it. So control save it, and now after that, defining these entries, we will be having our table body tag. So inside it we will be having our PHP blocks. So we will be using the for each loop. So inside this for each loop we will be providing our array which we have stored inside file logic $files. So we are just including this file right here at the top here, so that is why we will be having this files array. So I can just pass this files array files, and I will be using a index variable of file. So this is just a syntax in order to use this for each loop in PHP. Just close this PHP tags, and now we will be having our simple table row tags. So inside this we will be having table data. So first of all we will be printing out the ID, so $file. So this is the associative array, so we will be fetching the ID, we will be providing the ID to it. Close the PHP tags, and I can just copy it for the name, size, and number of downloads, and lastly the action. So let me just replace these values. Let me just change this to name, and this will be size, and I will divide this by 1000. So divide this by 1000 and concatenate this string which is KB. That's it. And this one will be guys downloads. So number of downloads will be initially 0, so you should be seeing 0 value. And lastly we will be having a anchor tag. So inside this we will be having a anchor tag which will go to index.php. It will be having a attribute to it, so question mark file ID. We haven't created this get request, so we will be creating this in the next tutorial. In order to download the file, we will be having this attribute file ID which we want to provide it file ID will be equal to the actual ID of the file. So here we will just write the PHP tags once again, echo out the ID once again. So file, because the ID will be unique for every file here because it is a primary key of the table. And then after printing it, I will close the PHP tags and I will be closing out the tags here, which is anchor tag, and provide a label to it, which is simply download. So that's it. So now I just need to close the for each loop. So right here, after the table row ends, we just need to print out again PHP and for each. So it just ends the loop here for us. Put a semicolon and close the PHP tags. And now just save this, and now also save this files logic.php. And now hopefully if I refresh it, you will see the entries here, guys. So if I refresh, you will see that, guys, this is the ID, file name, size is 600 KB, number of downloads is 0. If I press the download button, it will not work because we haven't configured this. We will configure it in the next video. So now we just need to style it. So just go to styles.css and just write these styles for the table tag. So let me just copy paste this CSS. So just wait, we have the table now. So just write here table. So inside the table we just need some styles here. So first of all, we will provide the width of 60%, and we will be having a border collapse property also, which will be collapse. And next property, we will be having the margin to 100 pixel auto. This will center it. That's it. Now if I refresh it, you will see that the table is centered. I think I have not saved it, so that is why. So in the next step, we just need to have our table heading comma td tags. So inside this, we first of all need to manipulate the height to 50 pixel and vertical align to center, and let me also give a border to it, which is 1 pixel solid black. That's it. If I now save it, guys, why it is not reflecting the changes? Let me just see. Inspect element. I think that the cache is there, so you just need to empty cache and hard reload. It is refreshing here, so you will see that, guys, now it has successfully aligned the styles here. So it was cache problem, nothing. You can see that now the table is aligned here. So now the thing is remaining is to style it, this download attribute. If I hit the download, I should download the image. So this we will be doing. So now the thing is remaining, guys, we need to click this link and download the image. So for that, just go back to the editor here and just go to files logic.php, and right here at the bottom you need to write another if condition to check if the ID value is passed to the URL or not. So let me just create some space so that you can just see. We will be having a if condition. We will check if is set, and here I will just pass $get because this is a get request. So inside this square brackets, we will check the file ID attribute which is passed. We just need to check it. So first of all, we will storing the ID here, which has the user has passed it. So this will be the ID of the file. So we will be storing it, and then we just need to execute a simple SQL query. So here we will just write select star from files, and we will check that where ID is equal to the past ID which is stored inside ID here. We just need to check it, and now we just need to execute this query $result, and we will use the MySQL query method. Inside it, first of all, we will pass the connection and the SQL query, and then we will be storing the actual result inside file. So MySQL fetch associative, so it will fetch the result in associative array, and then we will just pass the result. That's it. So now first of all, we will be making the file path. just declare a new variable file path. So here we will be storing the full path of the file, uploads slash, and I will concatenate the full file name which is stored inside $file name property. So this is the name property of the file which holds the name of the file. So we are just concatenating with the upload slash to get the full path. And now after that we will check that the actual file exists or not, which you are trying to download. So there is a built-in function in PHP which is file exist. So inside this we will pass our path here, full path of the file, in order to check that if this image exists or not. So if the image exists, it will return true. Then we can just download the file. So before downloading it, we need to just set some header. So this is content type. Content type, we need to set it to just put a colon after this, and this is T is capital here, so make it a capital. Content type is application octet stream. So this is a headers that you want to set here before downloading the file, and this needs to be same. The spelling mistake you just see here, it can happen, but you just write the same spelling that I am writing here. Then after that we will be having our the content description. So content description, I think that the D is capital here, description colon, and this is a file transfer. So I will write here file transfer, put a semicolon. After that we will be setting another header which is content disposition. This is a header. I put a colon, and now we just need to set it to attachment, put a semicolon, and then you just need to provide your file name. So file name is equal to, and then I will just concatenate my base name variable, base name function I will use, and pass the full path, so file path, that's it. Put a semicolon, and now we just need to set the header of expiration. So here expires colon, and it will be 0. That's it. And now there is another header for the catch. So header catch control, and this will be must revalidate. And there is another header which is pragma, which is just initialize it to public. And I think that there is a last header which you have to do, which is content length. So here you just need to provide the length of your file, content length. This is tedious stuff, but you just have to provide these headers before you can download the file, and you will concatenate your, let me have the file size function. So this is a function which computes the length of the file. So here I will just provide the full path, which is uploads slash, and I will concatenate the name of the file which is stored inside $file name, put a semicolon. And now the function comes, guys, in order to read the file. So this is a function read file, which is a built-in function. I think that the F is small here, read file. So here you just want to provide the full path of the file. So upload slash, so there's a, I will concatenate the full name of the file, which is $file name. That's it. So this will actually read the file from the current directory and make it downloadable. And now we just need to update the download value. So I will just declare a new count variable, and here I will be having the previous download value, which is stored inside $file downloads, and I will increment it to 1. That's it. and I will just update it. So I will just have a update Curie. So here I will just write here update the table name, which is files, and here I will set the property, which is downloads, to the new value which we have created, which is incremented downloads. So I will just initialize it to new count, and here I will provide where id is equal to the given id which is provided by the user. So I will concatenate the id variable. That's it. Now I will just execute the query by running MySQL iQuery, provide the connection object, and this is updated query. And now at last I will exit the script. That's it. This is the whole script which is necessary to download the image. Control save, and hopefully if I refresh it and click the download, so you will see that, guys, it has successfully downloaded the image. This is your image, and this application is complete. You can add files, download files, upload it. If I refresh it, you will see that 2 files will be there, and if I refresh it, this updated value is not there. Let me just see what is the problem here. So the problem was very simple, guys, because we have provided the wrong connection here. This needs to be double n because we have declared this connection to be having 2 n's here. Let me just show you. At right here at the top here, you can see that. So this was a problem. So just make it double n. If you save it, you will see that the updated value of downloads will be appearing in the table. You just need to save it here. So control save, and let me just delete all the entries from here. So let me just select all these entries and delete it. And once again, if I upload any file here, and refresh, let's suppose I download it and refresh it, you will see that the downloads value is incrementing here. And now if I see you in the, you will also see in the database it is also reflecting the same value. Now you can just repeat it for another file. Let's suppose upload it, refresh, you can just download it. So thanks very much, guys, for watching this video. Please like the video and hit the subscribe button, and I will be seeing you in the next video.